The disciples ask Jesus today, "Where do you stay?" They are not asking Jesus about the house that he lives in down the street. Rather, the word "stay" in Aramaic means, where do you abide? What do you give your heart to? What makes you real? And what makes you tick? If you remember, Jesus says to his disciples, "The Father lives, stays, or abides in me, and I stay and live and abide in my Father." And Jesus in turn says to us and his disciples, "If you abide in me, the Father will abide in you. If you stay in me, my Father will come and stay in you." So when Jesus says, and the disciples ask Jesus today, "Where are you staying?" Jesus responds, "Come and see. Come and see what makes me real. Come and see what makes me tick. Come and see what I give my heart to and what my passion is. Come and see the staying power within my life. What makes me the person and the character that I am." And so Jesus says to his disciples, what I need you to do is I am going to take away all the old shelters, all those other places that you abide in your lives that have no staying power. But I need you to be able to give those up. All of those false securities that somehow place us and give us a definition of success and happiness, signs of wealth, relying on our own resources, believing that we do not need anyone to help us, the approval of others, our careers, our relationships, and even our addictions. Jesus tells the disciples to search for a new home, a new place to abide, so that where you live, so also I may live. And we need to be willing to go anywhere, give anything and everything for this new place, so that we may belong. If you listen carefully to the first reading today, the prophet Isaiah reminds us this week of what we were reminded of last week, that we are the beloved sons and daughters of God. Today, we are told even in stronger terms, I have called you by name. I have called you by name. If you just pause and think, what is your name? God has called you by name, and God says, I have formed you in the womb to be a servant. Those are Isaiah's words. Those are Jesus' words. Those are not my words. I have formed you in the womb to be a servant, to let go of the places that we give our heart to that take us nowhere, but to give our heart totally over to the Lord, to allow the decisions we make, the choices we make, the way of life that we make, and in all of those to have a servant's mind, to have a servant's heart, and to have a servant's hands. Remember St. Paul? He said to his disciples and his followers in the early Christian community, it's no longer I who live or stay here, but it's Christ who lives in me and stays within me. Hopefully all those who come to see us And when they ask us, where do we stay? We will be able to say, come and see. And from our life, from the way we live, from our faith, from the expression of our faith, they will come to understand that it is no longer we who live, but Christ who lives within us. God bless you.